Hey YouTube, today we're going to talk about fire. These are some of the products I use. You got your flint scrapers here. This one has what looks like a saw blade on it. I don't generally use that because it'll chew through these pretty quick, and I also find it doesn't leave a good spark. And here's your magnesium stick. Some of the magnesium's here. I'll show you how I get that off. I don't use a knife because I find if you use a knife it dulls it up pretty quick, and if you're in a survival situation you need a sharp knife. This here is a mini, what is it called?
Blast match.
No, it's the mini. Anyway, it's a mini sparker. That's good if you have wet fires, but I don't find for starting a fire you get good aim for it, so I don't use it a whole lot. Then there's always your backup waterproof matches. Some of the better waterproof matches, which aren't the ones in here, you'll have a really big part that catches fire. I don't generally try to use matches, they always get wet. Most of this stuff will start fire no matter what's going on. The way I use the magnesium is I'll use the saw blade from the striker that I don't use, and I'll use that to make a little pile. You want a pile about the size of a dime. The more you got on there, the better chance you have of it staying lit and burning. And I'll show you that after. But here's some of the stuff that we use to make a fire. I've got a couple friends that I go camping with on a regular basis. So here's some old ferns and grass and old man's beard. Put that in there. And then, if it works this time, I use bullrush heads. I open them up a little bit, not a whole lot. I find if you open them up too far, they won't hold an ember. I'll see if we can get this to work. Like I said, I don't use this. I use the back of my knife. Get a sharp edge on the back of my knife. There we go. Nope, a little too slow. If you try to keep your knife in spot and use drawback on your striker, you'll get better aim and they won't fly around as much. I've had better success with these and I've had worse success with these, but generally when you get them going, they go pretty good. There we go. I've never seen anybody show you to use bullrushes, so I figured I'd give it a go. Then you want to start getting your smaller stuff on. Fire going. Once that starts catching, start putting bigger stuff on. Make sure you got an air gap. If you jam this stuff on really tight, you'll put your fire right out. You'll notice we're in an area that's got a lot of woods and dry stuff. So that's why we built this platform. That way We're not going to catch the roots of the trees on fire. Got a little bit of a windbreak. And it'll also give us a spot to get some more rocks so that we can cook on. Once we get this fire going, I'll show you the magnesium. You want to go up in size slowly to get the good embers to keep everything going. If you put big pieces on that are too big, you won't get the embers and it won't stay burning. An old native saying that I quite enjoy. The white man builds a big fire and sits far away. The native man builds a small fire and sits really close. You don't need a big fire to do what you're doing. We go out camping on a regular basis. Our camp is pretty much what you see right now. We have no sort of a lean-to because we know the weather's going to be good. We have, actually, why don't you just turn that around and show them where we're going to be sleeping. There's where we're going to be sleeping. The moss is going to be our bed. We've got that felled tree as a backdrop and a little bit of cover over top of us. This is how we like to camp. Obviously, if we knew the weather was going to be iffy, then we would have had a tarp or something as a lean-to. Sometimes we'll build a lean-to out of boughs or whatever, but it's kind of harmful to the forest. So we try to use as minimal of living plants as we can. But this is the kind of fire that we generally use. This is what we cook on. This is what we purify our water with, and it's never any bigger than this. And as we go, we'll put bigger logs on. With the magnesium, same idea. Focus over here. So you still use the same bird nest principle as we had in the beginning there. And you get your magnesium pretty close. You want to have a fair bit in there because it burns really quick and really hot. Now, for the life of me, probably because I'm on camera, I can't remember the name of this. You can get a bigger one, it's called a blast match. Blast match, you hold it, you press down, and it sparks down.
Sparky.
This is a Sparky, that's what it's called. You press here, give it a squeeze, and it sparks. But it's really hard to aim it. We're going to try it here. There you go, look. The reason that we practice with these products is because even if it's raining, you will still get fire. With matches and lighters and such, if it's raining, you're not going to get fire. Old man's beard, if it's dry, it catches pretty quick. You didn't see that, did you? Show you again. The old man's beard, if it's dry, it catches really quick. Okay, so these are some of the products that you can use that are at your disposal. as for now, that's all we've got. We're going to cook our lunch, have some bannock for lunch, and we'll see you next time.